Welcome again, Military Guna TV, and this is Arsenal versus Leeds. Leeds United versus Arsenal Football Club, and I'm joined today. I'm joined here today with a famous Leeds supporter, Jinder Jade, and at this moment, all YouTubers, all Arsenal fans, all fans, football fans in specific, must know Jinder Jade once you support YouTube and once you're a YouTube fan as well. So, or Jinder Jade? How are you?
Good evening, Military Guna man. Thank you for having me on your channel, and a big thank you to yourself as well for supporting my channel, the Loco Leeds football channel. But a real big shout out going out to the Arsenal fans who are watching me. It's going to be nice. This is the first time I've actually spoken to opposition fans, so I'm hoping that I can give my little bit of my football knowledge about Leeds United to you fine gunners.
So first thing I want to get into, how are you feeling about the game?
How am I feeling? Let me say that I've got a lot of respect for Arsenal. They're a very good side. You've had a up and down season. I feel that Mikel Arteta, you guys are in transition for this season. I think you guys need to stick by him, and because the football that you played, it's very pretty, it's very beautiful. You are playing nice football. It's not.
But that is recently. That's actually recently.
Yeah.
Some really dodgy football early on in the season, but recently we have been playing some good football. Honestly, and we have to give credit to the manager for that, because we were going through a bad patch. We were short of attack defenders, creative midfielders, and now a few things have been addressed, and we can see where we're moving forward. But
yes, absolutely.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Marcelo Bielsa. A lot of people don't know about him, but I always speak about him because many people that don't really know football would not know that Marcelo Bielsa is a godfather of the pressing system. He's the one who mastered it. So the likes of Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, Ramirez, all of these guys, they took his system and tweak it into doing their own thing. But I never liked playing against a Marcelo Bielsa team just because the intensity that they play with. So I am fear. I'm full of fear right now. I am full of fear. And really and truly, you guys are in better form than us. The thing that I realized with Leeds is that when you guys are winning, you win big. You really go big, and that is something that to fear, because even when the game is in its latter stages, when you think the team is down or Leeds is down, boom, just like that, 2-3 goals just out of nowhere. So personally, there's two players right now on Leeds United team that I am so fearful of: Bamford and Rafinha.
Okay.
These two guys are really doing bits in the league at this moment. And I have Bamford in my fantasy Premier League team, but I have to take him out. I have to take him out for this game. So I am really hoping that it doesn't turn up. I'm sure you're not hoping for that, but I am hoping that it really does turn up. So I'm looking at some statistics from the last game that you guys played, which was against Crystal Palace, and you guys completed the game with 69% possession, a total of 714 passes. You guys average per game over 400 passes per game, and that is really good. By the season is to end, you guys possibly might be about 5,000, 6,000, 8,000 passes in completion, even more. So that is a high stats in regards to passing. And the pass completion accuracy rate is immaculate. You guys had 87% pass accuracy. That is wonderful in regards to the Premier League. Now, a total of 17 shots. You guys average 13 shots per game. That is way above the average, I should say. But teams such as Manchester City, Liverpool, their average is 14, and you guys are just behind them by about one shot, which means that you guys are really flying high in regards to the goal scoring aspect. But one aspect that I see you guys are really struggling in is the defensive part of it. I'm not sure if because of the style of play in which you consistently press is the reason why you guys tend to leak goals in maybe about the closer to the halfway mark and then closer to the closing of the match. So can you give me some insight on how you guys see your season going so far and what you think you guys could better in going forward?
Well, you've got some wonderful stats, Military Guna, some stats that I didn't even know. But Leeds keep a lot of possession. You've seen that in the games that our philosophy is to keep the ball. And but this is what I'm saying, that Arsenal play possession football as well. They keep a hold of the ball. From what I've seen of Arsenal, I watched them against Aston Villa, which I thought, Aston Villa were very lucky to get the win against you guys. And then you had the VAR problems the
Yeah,
game beforehand. But in both games, I did see that Arsenal are comfortable with possession. So I think the game will be a very possession-based football match, where I think the edge that you were saying, Rafinha and Bamford, yes, they are on form, but then you've got danger men all over your team. Aubameyang, you've got Saka. These are very, very good players that I've noticed to add to your team, and Thomas Partey and Zaka. They're good in midfield, but it's going to be a very interesting game. If we look at the first game that Leeds played Arsenal, we are very, very unlucky to not get the 3 points. Because we had a lot of shots in that game. But that was when you guys were still going through the transition that I'm
transition.
talking about. These in the season, you're going to get these kind of games, ups and downs. It's just a question of 3 weeks ago, you guys were doing really, really well. You were 10th, like we are 10th now. So the season is a very unpredictable season. It's very, very hard to judge the game as a fan, because the Leeds team and Arsenal team are more or less the same. Our stats, win-loss record is more or less the same. How many games have you lost this year?
10. We've lost about 10 games so far.
So we've lost the same amount.
Yeah. So that is the reason why one is 10th and one is 11th.
So there you go. So we are more or less the same. We're having the season is very parallel. The style of football is obviously, as is a bit more attacking. But you talk, our Achilles heel has been defense problems, set piece, corners. It's very, very difficult for us to defend. But having said that, we've not had a settled back line.
Oh,
Our
understood.
two centre backs, Diego Llorente, Robin Koch, they've not played together. Now, they were probably our first choice centre halves, but because of injury has forced us. We are playing a 21-year-old Pascal Strike in the defence, and Liam Cooper as well, who's our club captain. And we've really excelled ourselves, and I'm really happy that Leeds have showed the footballing world the kind of power that Leeds United have brought into the Premier League, because there's a lot of people who probably didn't know who Leeds United was.
Yeah. Well, the first time I really experienced Bielsa's football was the FA Cup game. I think it was last season. It was Mikel Arteta's first FA Cup game as Arsenal manager, where you guys battered us in the first half, battered, and I was like, "What the heck is happening?" I'm saying these guys are not normal. But the truth is, Bamford he threw away a lot of goals in that game, and we won the game 1-0. But I was so surprised that we actually got away. You guys had about, I think in the first half, you guys had 13 shots with 8 on target in the first half. It changed when Mikel Arteta tweaked the system, and in second half we gained a bit more dominance. But just that first half alone, I realized that this team is going to be a rough game. But all right, so I won't have you too long. So what I'll be going into is the starting lineup. What is your predicted starting lineup? and which player in Arsenal football team you think will hurt you most. So let me start with your starting lineup, who you guys would be starting.
I think we'll definitely keep the same team that beat Crystal Palace because we played really well. Yesterday's game was the complete game, really. Professionally, we played really well. So I think we'll start with Meslier in goal. We'll have Luke Ayling at right back, former Arsenal player. We'll have Liam Cooper, Pascal Strike, and Alioski as our back line. And then we'll have Matthias Klick and Stuart Dallas, who's filling in for Rodrigo because Rodrigo is injured.
Yeah.
So you won't have to worry about him because
What's wrong with Phillips? Phillips? What's wrong with Phillips?
I'm just going to touch upon that. We've got Dallas. Those two will be in the middle. And then in the CDM position now, Calvin Phillips will usually take place there. Now, he picked up an injury last night. So it's touch and go. We don't know whether he might play. So we might change a few things. In that case, we may move Luke Ayling into centre half, and then Pascal Strike might come into the CDM position, and then we may have a rejig. We might see Jamie Shackleton at right back. This can happen, but Rodrigo is definitely injured, so Stuart Dallas has come in to replace him. We've got Rafinha on the right-hand side. He's a danger man. Left-hand side, we've got Jack Harrison and Patrick Bamford. And the players that I fear from Arsenal, the mighty Arsenal, all of them. You guys are all good. I'm not going to say anything bad on a Military Gooners TV channel.
Hey, I'm here for the banter. Come on, we're rivals until after the game Sunday.
No, you've got quality players. I did touch upon it. You've got Saka, young up and coming player. He was getting hacked at Aston Villa. Some really, really dirty tactics Aston Villa were using on him. Just smashing him through. But that's not the way to play football. It's not the nice way. But he's going to be dangerous. Lacazette, he's the problems are going to be problematic. But like I said, Pepe is another one. He got sent off at Elland Road, so he'll be up for it. So and you guys need to put a performance in after losing the last game. So
all right, so let me get back on track. All right, so my predicted starting lineup for Arsenal is not going to be the same as what the game that we played the last time, because I'm seeing fatigue creeping in on some of the players. So I have to be mindful of what I think might happen in regards to the fatigue or whatever, because even Thomas Partey came out injured, but I thought news came out that it was actually precautionary measures why he came off. So it might be available, but that is just a might, and I don't think would want to risk him in that manner. But Leno is back as well. David Luiz is back. So I think normal formation 4-2-3-1. We have Leno in goal. At right back, we have Cedric Suarez. Defensive pairing, Holding and Gabriel, the young lad that is new to the team as well. At left back position, we haven't get any firm information in regards to Kieran Tierney, so I may assume that Cedric Suarez may be the person starting at left back again. Or Mikel Arteta might shake things up a bit, and you might see the likes of Saka playing at left back and basically creating an overload on the left-hand side alongside with Pepe. So that's a likely possibility that might happen, but it is yet to be seen, and I'm just going to go with what is logical right now. But that would be Cedric Suarez at left back, which is a right back playing a major position, basically. The two midfield pivot, I think we'll see the likes of Dennis Ceballos and Granit Xhaka. We might rest Thomas Partey for precautionary measures, and the attacking three on the right, you'll see Bukayo Saka. And in the attacking midfield position, in this game, I think the likes of Odegaard will start because, as I said before, fatigue. I saw it in Emile Smith-Rowe. He's been playing a lot of minutes, and he's an injury-prone player, so we have to protect him. We have to protect a player like that. He's a young player, and he has a lot of talent and quality, so we have to protect him as well. On the left-hand side, we're going to see the likes of Nicolas Pepe, and I think that Lacazette might get the rest for this game. So we might see the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up front, because we know that Leeds United, you guys press very high. You don't sit back. There's not a point in a game in which you see Leeds football team sitting back a bit deep. So playing so high would leave space in behind for the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to exploit. So I think that we might see Aubameyang as a lone striker in this one. But I know for a fact that I am very fearful of Rafinha and Bamford. Bamford is in spectacular form right now, and Rafinha is a touch of a Brazilian. He's high quality. I'm surprised that one of those top teams are not really barking for him right at this moment, because you can see the work. He works extremely hard for the team, and when he has the ball, it's all about end products. That is what Rafinha is about, end product. But Rafinha and Bamford are my players that that are driving fear in me for this game. But I think that this game will be a fairly open game. We're going to see goals. You will see goals in a game like this, and Arsenal will want to make amends to what happened the last game. And I think that Leeds United would want to keep the lead against Arsenal Football Club and stay ahead of Arsenal Football Club. And I think Bielsa will not want to lose this game. And I don't think he wants this game to stress him, because he's always stressing.
So we're always stressing, Leeds fans. We're always stressing. It's hard to watch a game.
We're always stressed.
Yeah. The thing is, you know what it is, Military Guna. The style that Leeds play, it's very much either win or you lose. There's nothing in between. We either win or we lose, and that's the best way to play, because with all due respect to our players, people call them championship players. We've just come from the championship. All our players, we haven't got the luxury to buy 50, 60 million pounds worth of player. You guys have got, Aubameyang. How much did you pay for him? A lot of money.
Yeah, about 56, almost 60 million.
Pepe, another one.
Yeah, but with Aubameyang, we have gotten the due reward for the price that we paid.
Yes,
so
definitely.
But the likes of Pepe, we haven't got the due reward as yet. But the thing is, he's just 25 years of age, so he have a few more seasons in him. So I think we can get it. That is if we get the best out of him.
So if you combine Pepe's transfer fee, that still will not be Leeds United's team. The price, because some of our players, we bought Luke Ayling for about, I would say, maybe £600,000. Liam Cooper was about that much as well. You've got Stuart Dallas we bought for about £800,000. So they're not. The only one we paid a lot of money for, who will play in the starting 11, is Rafinha. We bought for £18 million.
But
that's nothing.
But if Arsenal are purchasing a player right now, and if the manager Mikel Arteta sees a player in the second tier division in Brazil and says, "This is the player that I want," and he costs £5, Arsenal fans will say he's not good enough because he costs £5. That is how our fan base is like. You have a lot of rational fans, but you have some fans who are over exaggerating on certain things in regards to player fee, player price tags, and those type of little minuscule things that don't really make any sense. Because I personally believe in astute recruiting. That is what I believe in. I believe in when you're recruiting a player, the player must fit the manager's system. It doesn't matter the cost. So if it's £5 or £100 million, he has to fit the manager's system, and it has to be a player that the manager can get the best out of. So that is how I view the transfer. And I think that as fans, we always use price tag to associate with the quality of the player.
Yeah. Well, I think I 100% agree with what you've just said, and I totally understand what you're saying. As a Leeds United fan, we believe like Marcelo Bielsa is the coach that's actually coached these players that I talked to you about, the price tags. Their price now, Luke Ayling is projected, his price tag would be high now. But that's down to the coaching which Bielsa has done with Leeds United. Some extensive coaching. 3 years he's been with us, and this is the same team that we've had now. I'm a very old sort of chap, as in from the 90s. I'm just going to tell you a little story. Leeds bought a player called Thomas Brolin for £4.5 million. He was terrible for Leeds. So sometimes 4.5 million in this day and age is nothing, but at that time, in the mid 90s, it was something, and he was doing really well, for Sweden. He was a very good player, and we bought him, and he done absolutely nothing for us. We bought another player called Eric Cantona in 1992, and we sold him for £1 million to Man United, and look what he done. But we actually got him for about £800,000. Well,
world beater.
It doesn't matter about the price tag. It depends on the quality of the player, and but this is the thing. You see, we've missed this whole Premier League phenomenon. All this Premier League fanfare. Because in the last 16 years, we've missed all this. We never had Twitter or Facebook when Leeds were in the Premier League in 2003. We didn't have any of this. No YouTube. So it's brand new to us. As in this world of social media and this whole price tag that the Premier League has of players. And what I do find is some of these guys with big price tags,
not good enough.
They don't deliver on the pitch.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And we have seen Frank Lampard got sacked for 2 players that we see that they're not good enough. And right now, what we're seeing is that the coach, the new coach that is in position, still not using them. He's not using one, and one is still not delivering. The one that he's playing is not delivering. So that is how I see the Premier League is going in regards to finances. But I guess it is a big money game, so they spend big cash. Well, what is your prediction? What are your predictions?
Prediction, I'm feeling optimistic about the game, but I do believe, because not that I'm on your channel or anything, but I'm very realistic with my predictions. I can really see like a draw, maybe a 1-1 draw for both clubs, because just the way where we are sitting, there's not that much between us for this season. In quality on paper, you guys should be beating Leeds United hands down. Arsenal should be beating us. But games are not won on paper, are they?
Yeah, that is a fact. That is a fact.
So I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Ooh, okay. Taking the safe route.
safe route, but a realistic route, I think.
Well, that is true. Well, my heart is really saying a 2-1. That is what I desire. But logically, how the league is panning out at this moment, and what we're seeing with both teams, inconsistency, moving away with a point would not be a bad result.
No.
But I'll go for a 2-1 Arsenal, just nicking it. Just nicking it, because we have been defensively we have been really good, so we cannot complain. We have been one of the best defensive team in the league as well. So, and we have conceded a minimal amount of shots at our goal. So we've worked on certain things. So I'm going for the 2-1. Thank you very much for coming on to the show. It was a joy.
Thank you for having me.
I'm a big supporter of the Loco Leeds United Society.
Thank you. Thank you for your love and support. I really appreciate it.
Good. So guys, once you support football, you have to support Leeds. And as a neutral, all neutrals enjoy watching Leeds play because they play fantastic football. You can go check out my good friend Jinder Jade show. He does reviews, and also if you're a Leeds fan as well and you watch my channel, you have to watch his channel. It's a must. You cannot be a Leeds fan and not subscribe to this man's channel. He's one of the best Leeds channel, fan TV right around the board right now. So go and check it out. It's a local Leeds on YouTube. Go and check it out right now. Thank you very much for coming on to the show. I really enjoy having you here, and hopefully we can do another show like this again. Talk all things football. And guess what? This is Military Guna TV. Guess what? We are out.
Cheers.